English Premier League Game Week 4 predictions. Another lovely time for football fans all around the world to unite together, join hands together in predicting the beautiful, lovely, amazing, entertaining sport. So guys, I am here to provide you the predictions, the betting analysis, my views, my opinions, my accurate and well-detailed predictions for this coming Premier League match day. We have the biggest game this weekend, you all know it guys. Arsenal vs Manchester United. Let me know in the comment section who is going to be winning this particular fixture. That being mentioned, I need you to know that I greatly appreciate your support, your love, your messages, your gifts, your presence in the last 4 days. It's been amazing, merry over here and there. And guys, I think I'm going to be back starting fast. But today, let me keep it short, give you the predictions, and I'll disappear for one final moment before we finally resume. Luton vs West Ham is our first game. Before that, I was just forgetting one important thing. I know there are new people. You are new. You are viewing this video today. You have not subscribed to the Must Better Betting Tips YouTube channel. I need you to take a moment, click the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, because this is where you get the ultimate value when it comes to betting tips, when it comes to the Premier League predictions each and every other single game week. Luton vs West Ham, our first game, as I have mentioned, is an interesting fixture because when we look at the West Ham side, they have had a better start to the new season and they have been able to score goals. But the problem comes when they have to keep their defense in check, when they have to work on their defense. The defensive mechanism or their defensive ability is not really perfect and something to be proud about. Then if you look at the Luton side, since they were promoted, my friend, they have had a bad start to the season. It's not a promising start. And one thing I must mention, that this is going to be their first home game, that is in their Kenilworth Stadium after the revamp. And I think it's going to be an historic home game because we are going to be having the home crowd factor into consideration and a lot of other stuff, them looking for their first point in the English Premier League. And that being considered, I expect them to be able to at least score a goal in this particular game. But at the end of the day, we all know that West Ham is better compared to them. So my correct score prediction for this one is West Ham 2, Luton 1 goal. And the betting option is over 1.5 goals. The second game that you're looking at is Sheffield United vs Everton. I must mention that this is going to be another tournament, another match in which you're witnessing ailing teams. By ailing teams, I mean that they have had a pathetic, terrible start to the English Premier League new season. And that being considered, my friend, all teams are going to be coming into this game with the mentality of looking for goals, with the mentality of scoring, and it's going to be an interesting game too because, you know, we are not really sure who is currently better than the other. And that being mentioned, I think that Sheffield United are more solid compared to Everton, and that is supposed to give them an upper hand. So my prediction is Sheffield United, Asian handicap, +1. And then we have Manchester City vs Fulham. Manchester City vs Fulham is also going to be an interesting one because I expect Manchester City, you know, if you look at the stats for Manchester City so far this season, they're the only team that have had a 100% win record, you know, despite them having all the problems. We all know that Manchester City are not at their perfect form. This is not the Manchester City we are used to playing, my friend. But they are still able to win. They are still able to score against people. And that being considered, my friend, we must also say that Fulham, they have not had a terrible season start. It has been quite, let's say, better than average. And then, if you look at their last season, that is last year, all the head-to-head matches they played against City, they were able to score a goal in each of them. And the funny thing is that City won all the 2 games last season with a scoreline of 2-1. And then, we must also mention that Fulham, recently, they were able to draw against Arsenal with a red card. And then they also knocked out Tottenham out of the Super Cup with a penalty shootout. So that being considered, it means that Fulham still has a chance in this game to go ahead and score a goal. If not to score a goal, my friend, they might give City a difficult time. So my prediction for this one is a correct score of City 3 goals, Fulham 1 goal. That is a scoreline of 3-1. And my betting option is over 2 goals. Over 2.5 goals, I mean. And then we have Chelsea vs Forest. Chelsea vs Forest. We must mention that Chelsea, you know, the last game they played during the midweek, they played the other squad. I mean, they reshuffled their roster. And so we are having them when majority of their big players are well rested, and they come into this fixture. I mean, it's going to be a good fixture for them, because if you look at the Forest side, they need to improve defensively. Their defensive options is not perfect, is not amazing, but I mean, we must mention that Chelsea has greatly improved this season, and it's supposed to be an easier game for Chelsea if you are looking at this particular game. So if you look at this game, Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest, I must mention that Chelsea are going to be looking for another win, so that when they get into the international break, they go with a win. So we are betting on Chelsea to win on this one too. Chelsea to win. And then the scoreline for this one, Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest, a scoreline of 2-1. So we go to the next game. Burnley versus Tottenham. Burnley versus Tottenham. It's a difficult game to predict on. Tottenham has good quality of players, but Burnley also, I mean, they're not bad, but their problem is conceding. They concede too much goals, Burnley. They're conceding too much goals. And that must play in favor or advantage of Tottenham being considered. So my scoreline is Tottenham 2 goals and Burnley 0 goal. Betting option for this one is going to be Burnley versus Tottenham. Tottenham over 1 goal at another 1.23. And then we have Brentford versus Bournemouth. If you consider the game Brentford versus Bournemouth, it's also a game that is going to be difficult to pick the winner yet. But I expect an entertaining fixture in which both teams are supposed to be able to score. And that being considered too, I'm looking at a scenario where Brentford are going to be able to flex their muscles and try to get a point out of this one. So Brentford has an advantage in this game if you look at this game. So that also taken into consideration, we are going for a scoreline of Brentford 2 goals, Bournemouth 1 goal, and the betting prediction is over 1.5 goal at another 1.22. Then we have Brighton versus Newcastle. Brighton versus Newcastle, I must say that I was surprised that Brighton lost last weekend to West Ham, my friend. I was really surprised. I rated them highly to perform. But leaving that aside, let us now get into our game. If you look at the two teams, out of the 6 matches they have played so far this season, we have recorded a scenario of 5 matches ending in over 2.5 goals. And it seems that Brighton are really enjoying these goal-scoring opportunities or these high-scoring matches, because all their games this season have ended in over 3.5 goals. In 2 of them they won and they scored the highest number of goals. So that being considered, my friend, we must mention that Brighton, when it comes to scoring goals, they definitely have a better experience compared to Newcastle. But he's supposed to play in their favor, in their advantage. And as we go for this game, the betting option for Brentford is definitely going to be on the over market. But my scoreline prediction is Brighton 2 and Newcastle 1 goal. My betting prediction is over 1.5 goal at another 1.22. And then we have Liverpool. I must say that Liverpool played perfectly in the last game, that is in the final minutes when they were playing against Newcastle. They tried, my friend. And then we also witnessed the like of Nunes stepping up and recording 2 goals that led to the Liverpool side victory. So I must mention that Liverpool is gradually improving, if not getting into form. The only problem that we do have is when it comes to our defensive side. So I must mention that Aston Villa have an opportunity to exploit that one and score at least a goal. But at the end of the day, with the attacking options that Liverpool has in store, I expect Liverpool to be able to score the highest number of goals. And I back them to have a scoreline of Liverpool 2 goals, Aston Villa 1 goal. My betting prediction is Liverpool to win this particular match. And then we have Palace vs Wolves. If you look at Palace vs Wolves, my friend, these are games that majority of the times when we witness Wolves playing, Palace playing, there has been an under in the goal scoring market. The goals that have been scored have been on the lower side. So I don't think it's going to be any different. In fact, I'm tempted to think of a scenario where we have a 0-0 scoreline at the end of the full time. But I don't think that is the best option. My betting prediction on this one, I think that I'm going to back Wolves to win by 1 goal and Palace to record 0 goals. So my prediction, that is for the scoreline, and my betting prediction is under 3.5 goals in this particular game. And then we have Arsenal versus Manchester United. You guys, you all know that this is where a lot of interest, a lot of focus is drawn to this weekend. So Arsenal versus Manchester United, we must say that, my friend, Arsenal versus Manchester United is going to be a tough one. But I know very well that because Arsenal has a lot of attacking options in store this particular game, their only problem is keeping clean sheets. So Manchester United basically have the ability to exploit that one. Being mentioned that Manchester United too is a better team, and they have not started their season as expected. But, my friend, they have the quality needed to go ahead and beat teams like Arsenal. So I'm expecting kind of a tighter game, but at the end of the day, Arsenal has a slighter edge in this particular game, and I'm expecting them to win with a scoreline of 2-1. But my betting prediction in this particular game is an Arsenal win or a draw to occur. That is what I'm betting on. Guys, all this being mentioned, I believe that we are supposed to be expecting an interesting game week, this game week 4, and I need you to know that let me have your predictions in the comment section. What do you think about these particular games? What do you think is going to be the scoreline out of the 10 games? Just drop your predictions. If you have additional reasonings, drop them in the comment section. Let people converse. Let people engage so that when we make our predictions, when we decide on which games we are finally betting on, we get the most accurate betting options to bet on. So let me give you the booking code for these particular games. All the betting options that I've mentioned with you have a combined odd of 15.981. You can go ahead and select a few. You can go ahead and split the games into 3-3-4-4, my friend, and we only pray for the best because this is football, and at the end of the day, anything is possible. The booking code for 1xBet is 9ZKD9. SportyBet, available on the screen. SportyBet Nigeria, available on the screen. SportyBet Ghana, available on the screen. Until next time, guys, I do wish you a lovely Game Week 4. Enjoy the games, enjoy the predictions, enjoy the matches, and let us meet when we will be predicting Game Week 5. I wish you nothing but the very best, guys. I love you. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like the video. Our aim in this video is to record over 1,000 likes as we recorded in the last one. I do love you guys. Don't forget to share the video. Until next time, I do say, keep it much better.